RoxTV.com.
Welcome back to Shooting It Straight with your old pal Rudy. And you know, today I am so excited to have someone that I consider very much my brother, someone who actually was a mentor to me throughout my wrestling career, someone who I've been down the road with many, many times. Of course, I'm talking about the hardcore legend. And I mean that, the king of the hardcore. I'm talking about my man, the one and only Man Pondo.
That's
Pondo,
right.
how you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm so glad to be here, hanging out with you and all the boys. This is awesome.
So, Pondo, let's go back in your career. How many years has it
31.
been? 31
June
years.
24th, 1989 was the first match in Albion, Illinois.
And do you remember who you worked?
He went by the the Avalanche.
Okay.
But he later on, if you're a USWA fan, he was tag champ. He was Melvin Penrod Jr.
Oh, no way. No way. You worked down at USWA, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
And because of my big mouth, I got shut out there pretty fast. I know you know. I can't keep my mouth shut about stuff.
No, not you.
It's all right.
It is all right. Tell me something. So 31 years in the business. You've wrestled everywhere. You've wrestled everybody. I mean, let's face it. Tell me some of the real highlights of your wrestling career. The guys that you worked and that you, while you were working, just couldn't believe, damn, man, I'm locking up with this person.
I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Terry Funk.
Yes.
Big time. Like the biggest gentleman. I'm a nobody. And that man came in and said, tonight is your night, and treated me like a king. Afterwards, came to me and told me thank you, and I'm like, no, thank you.
And that's a testament because he actually put you in his book.
Not only did he put me in his book, he gave me his song.
Wow.
In the middle of the ring, he gave me the song Desperado, but I can't bring myself to walk out to it. That is Terry Funk's song.
It is Terry Funk's song.
But you know, all these guys that we used to watch on TV know me by first name basis, and to me that is a bigger honor than anything. Like the Honky Tonk Man writes me every once in a while. I'm getting ready to wrestle New Jack. Like 31 years doing mutilating my body for people. And that's the match everybody's worried about. But me and New Jack, you know, we're cool. We're all good.
I know.
You know, all them ECW guys, I've wrestled damn near all of them that I wanted to.
When I think of ECW and I think of the whole hardcore thing that they were doing, what do you think kept you from not?
I already know what
there?
kept me.
Could you shoot straight and tell us?
I don't want to mention his name, but I made a videotape of me and another gentleman because at that time that was the hardcore stuff that I was doing, and that's what they was looking for. And Paul E was interested. Tracy Smothers will tell you that. Tommy Dreamer will tell you that. Mm-hmm. And he put that videotape in and saw me and that guy, took the videotape out and said, we're not working.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. That's too bad. Let's talk about Japan.
So Japan, okay, so Japan was the first country that I went to. And growing up, was you a Godzilla fan growing up?
Of course.
All right.
Who wasn't?
I
still watch it.
Right. I was a big lover of those two fairies that we call Mothra.
Uh-huh.
So you can even ask my mom. I told my mom one of these days I'm going to go to Japan.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know the means of how I was going to get there,
The
but I knew that's where I
circumstances,
wanted to go.
Yeah, sure.
So in school, and my mom still has this paper today, they had this thing where you draw what you're going to be, what your career is going to be. So some kids were drawing police officers, and some were drawing teachers and
Sure.
firemen. And mine is a wrestling ring with two stick figures going at each other, saying, I'm going to be a professional wrestler.
And your mom still has that today?
Still has it today.
Oh, my gosh.
So, because, she said, she kept a lot of my stuff, but that's the one thing that she remembers that she kept, because she's like, you knew. How did you know? And I'm like, I just knew, that's what I wanted to be. So I don't know if I could say other companies.
You could say whatever.
Okay,
yes.
WWE was never my dream.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying they wanted me, but I definitely didn't want them.
Right.
Me and Adrian Adonis was one of the baddest.
He was.
Back in the day,
Yes.
leather jacket, beat up his own tag partner just for whatever. Mm-hmm. But what does everybody remember about Adrian Adonis today?
The gay thing, the flowers.
I already knew that WWE could just ruin a man, because you talk about Adrian Adonis, but now you're talking about Adrian Adonis. So I never wanted WWE, and I went Rochester, New York. We went to the WCW, and we was walking in the back, and everybody was all, just looking down, worried about their job. I never wanted WCW. Mm-hmm. I will admit, I wanted ECW. Mm-hmm. Couldn't do that. Mm-hmm. But my big deal was, from the day that I started, I wanted to go to Japan. Mm-hmm. And now today, I've been there 43 times. 43 times? 43 times there and back, with a lot of tours, not just going there and coming back, but staying there 3 months, and then.
Do you miss it?
I so do.
Yeah.
But
when you talk about it, you have a glow about you.
Yeah.
I can see right through it.
Well, a lot of people ask me all the time, "What's Japan like?" And this is my answer every time. When you go to McDonald's, when you walk through the door, they're saying "Ushimashi," which means "Can I please wait on you?" Mm-hmm. When you go to the counter, they're smiling. They take your order. They run to go get it. They run to get it back to you. When you sit down and you open your sandwich, it looks like the picture. All right? Mm-hmm. That's Japan. Come home, go to McDonald's.
And try to get that same service.
Exactly.
Oh, man. So, Japan, when you finally made it over there, how did that go about?
A guy named Tony Brown was good friends with Abdullah the Butcher. And I was slated to wrestle Abdullah the Butcher in Overland, Missouri. So Tony Brown told him, he's like, you really need to pay attention to Man Pondo, because I think he'd be a good fit going over to Japan. So when Abdullah got there, he was already ready to check me out or whatever. So after we got done, this, Abdullah, when he's done wrestling, he wants to sit down and he's done.
Right.
Okay. After our match, I got to the back, I sat down. Abdullah came in the back and said, "Champ, let's go back out." Can you believe that?
What?
Grabbed me in a headlock. We went back out, and we went another probably 5-6 minutes.
What?
Okay, so then when he got in the back, he said, "Champ, I'm getting ready to go to Japan in 4 days. When I come back, make sure you have a videotape at my restaurant, and I'll take it with me next time I go." I couldn't sleep. I rode home. I had 2 VCRs, made a videotape, waited till the post office opened, overnighted it to his restaurant, and within 2 days he called me. He said, "Damn, Champ, you really want to go to Japan, don't you?" I said, "Yes, sir, I do." And right after that, I started going to Japan. And not only was I going to Japan, I was Abdullah's boy.
Right.
Therefore, they was all, I was like.
Right, you were prestigious.
Exactly.
I mean, he's a king over there. He really is.
Let me tell you the story. Okay, this is how you know Abdullah's over. So there's these things called service bars, and so we went to the service bar, and the mafia was with us, and they filled the table full of food and all this. Well, 5 o'clock in the morning, we closed this place out. 5 a.m. So we go outside. And instead of getting a taxi, Abdullah says, "I can see the hotel. Let's just walk." which surprised me already.
Right,
He said
right,
that.
right.
So we're walking down this dark alley, and this guy smoking this cigarette with the leather jackets coming down the street, you know, and he gets close enough, and he goes, "Butcher?" Abdullah the Butcher? And Abdullah says, "Yes, yes." And he goes to shake the guy's hand. This dude, I got no exaggeration.
Right.
This dude starts screaming out like Fiddler on the Roof, "Abdullah the Butcher, Abdullah." And I'm like, dude, you got to calm down. Lights start coming on, right?
Uh-huh.
People start coming out at 5 in the morning to meet
see
Abdullah the Butcher.
Oh my God.
Now, at this service bar, he was selling T-shirts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the one carrying the bag.
Mm-hmm.
All these people come out to greet him. He's like, "Champ, get one of my T-shirts out." So I hold it up. People go in their houses to come back out to buy
At 5 in the morning.
at 5 in the morning to buy an Abdullah the Butcher T-shirt.
My goodness.
That's over.
Are you scheduled to go back anytime soon?
Yes, I am, but the whole COVID thing
Yeah.
hurt it. But what I understand is March, the airlines can open up, and I'm supposed to go back in March for Shadow WX.
Very cool, very cool. So tell us about Girl Fight.
Girl
How
Fight.
did this come about? Why Girl Fight? I when I think of Man Pondo and Broken Glass and Thumbtacks, I don't think of hot chicks wrestling. By the way, that can wrestle.
Yes.
That can work.
Right.
It's not a show.
Exactly. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. Okay. It's not a show. You're right.
It's competitive women. How did that come about? Tell me.
Okay. I don't talk about her a lot, but back in the day, Sarah Logan from WWE, Sarah Bridges, whatever you want to call her, was having trouble networking, and she would follow some of the other girls and talk a lot about the other girls, and I told her that's not the way to do it. So to help her along, I started Girl Fight. Like the very first Girl Fight main event was Crazy Mary Dobson versus Jazz.
Wow.
You know,
That's
so
right there.
So
and by the way, Crazy Mary can work her ass off.
she can.
And
I saw that.
Yes, you told me that years ago.
I saw that just like I do Billy Starks today.
Yes.
And so I brought in girls who I knew could help her along. Not help her along as in follow their coattails, but talk about her other places.
Yeah.
I brought in Jessica Havoc. I brought in Leva Bates. The librarian, whatever she is now on AEW. You know, I brought in these good girls.
Thunder Rosa.
I brought in Thunder Rosa.
Brought her to Detroit.
I did, yeah.
That was very cool.
And so it all started out to help Crazy Mary Dobson. Well, then everybody knows the big split.
Right.
And I really didn't run a show after Sarah left because that's why it was started.
Mm-hmm.
And Sue Young called me on the phone. It's like, "Pondo, you have no idea how much you was helping out the younger generations of girls with that networking. Yes, I know you was trying to help Sarah, but you was helping so many other girls. Do me a favor, don't shut it down." I mean, when somebody like Sue Young asks you that, it's time to open it back up.
Right, you might want to do one or two shows.
Exactly. So, I don't know, maybe 4 months went by with no Girl Fight show, and then we just started going nuts with them. And
now you're back running and selling out?
Selling out shows,
man. I'm so proud of you.
Ah, man,
and I'm so
proud of it
happy
myself.
for you, man. You know, you've seen some heartaches in this business.
I have.
And now it's time that you get a little bit of the pie.
I hear you. Thing about wrestling is it's like a bad relationship. Like so many bad things happen. When something good happens, it's like really good, but there's more bad things than good.
Okay, so we do a segment right here, and it is a word association.
All right.
And it's actually a name association.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 5 names, 5 random names. And in one word, I want you to describe this and shooting it straight, damn it.
All right, I got my brains beat out for 31 years, but I'll try.
Are you ready?
My best. I'm ready.
Okay, the first one. Abdullah the Butcher.
Legend.
Okay. Sergeant Slaughter.
My favorite, sorry.
I know he's the big Sergeant Slaughter guy. Violent J.
Brother.
Ian Rotten.
Yeah.
Giant Baba.
Awkward. I thought he had the most awkwardest, but he was a legend. I mean, you know, people paid to see that guy.
Too Tough Tony.
Brother.
Last one. Rudy Hill.
My brother, man. Fucking brother. For a long time.
Thank you guys for being here with Shooting It Straight with Man Pondo. I'm Rudy. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to check us out on Rocks TV. Don't forget to check us out on FightTV.com. And of course, the new Amazon Prime.
Wow.
Yes, I said it.
I'm on all that. Wow.
We'll see you soon.
Missed that time. Moshpit back. Gonna scoop him up. Oh my
What
God.
the
Over
heck?
the top rope.
Is that a disqualification in IBW over the top rope like that?
Let's see.
Obviously not.
Some places that is an automatic DQ. There's no padding. This is just a hard floor.
More than welcome to take a shot at this championship, because that's what being a champion is all about. Don't argue with the peasants. Don't argue. I said don't argue with the peasants.
The Measure of a Man, Chris Carter. The Spirit of America.
Off the ropes, catches him with a clothesline. Brody is in fire here. We've got a melee in here. Turner can't control it.
Professional big-time wrestling. From Detroit, Michigan.
I don't know who trained him, but obviously they did a great job. He could turn on a dime from a fan favorite to enraging the crowds like few I'd ever seen.
Carter coming to his feet. Hitting tags. Calypso Jam.
I'm like, you're Chris Carter. He was like, that's right, kid. I am Chris Carter. I'm like, oh my God.
Like, I've seen you bleed a few times. That was the first time I met Chris Carter. So we didn't really, click right off.
The Motor City Hitman, Chris Carter.
Doing well. Carter in a bit of trouble after opening up so well. Now trying a comeback, getting in that weak section of the gambler.
Like I said, I was nervous.